All right, Schlockmeisters fans, we're going to finish off the big sleazy double disc, this Jack Weiss double feature with Crypt of Dark Secrets. Let's go to the bayou. Check it out. All right, our movie starts with a witch dancing around in the woods. Her name is Damballa. And did I mention that she can turn herself into a snake?
He asked me to look, so I did. I had to go through damn near everyone.
This guy finds some information about her.
There's a legend of a girl called Damballa. She turns into a snake. She kind of lives forever. It's like eternal life. She's almost like a bridge between life and death.
Local sheriffs
believe that Damballa is the link between this world and the next. They believe it's a rainbow that turns into a snake. And in order to cross over into the next world, you have to walk over this rainbow.
There's a guy named Ted Watkins who lives on an island there in the swamps.
The only human I've seen out here is a black-haired girl who goes swimming back down by the pond.
Swimming in that pond?
Damballa.
Ain't a human being 10 miles of this place.
One day Ted's wandering through his wooded island. Notice the fog. Notice Damballa. She's now a snake. Ted goes to the bank.
The lieutenant's been talking to me about you. I'm very concerned about the amount of money that you're keeping in your cabin on the island.
How did you know that?
Well, you
Shifty
can't
character
your
there.
retirement and disability checks with the local chain.
Heck no. I've been out on that island for 3 months now without a visitor. I keep the money where the bugs can't get it. In the bread box.
Right out in the open in front of everybody, including Mr. Shifty back there,
The bank can't extend its loan to you.
who's about to get denied for his loan.
This time. I'm afraid we can't make a loan to you at this time.
But he has other plans
No
now.
money, huh?
So they're gonna go steal it.
Or they swallowed up, Doc. Look, you stay here, I'll go get the boat. Then we can go back and figure out our plan for this, huh?
Okay.
The Brain Trust gets together.
There's only one way we can get away with it. Leave no evidence. You got to kill him so nobody will know that we did it. You best not take all the money.
Now, little do they know that Damballa is listening to them as they plan this robbery scheme.
Land in the bayou. Have a terrible accident.
Well, they get the island, they attack. And that allegedly killed him. Knocked him out, and he's gonna drown. And he wasn't joking, he hid the money in a bread box.
In a bread box, just like he said.
Yeah, let's put it in his bag.
Did you see that black snake watching us?
And don't worry about the snake, he can't testify.
As they go away, Damballa fishes the body out of the water and then does some dance. Can't show you much of this because she's gonna get all naked. Then she kisses him and brings him back to life. Now I think we're given a flashback to learn how Damballa became snake witchy woman.
Because you are the chosen one. Now I shall call forth your God. One.
We won't have to work for years.
Oh, I can still see his body floating in that water.
But take a
Forget about it.
good close look at the money now. It's changing.
Take it away. Get it out of
It's
here.
getting bloody and bloodier.
And when
They freak
we
out,
hit the ranger on the head,
decide to turn themselves in.
and we drowned him in the bayou. And we stole his money.
The police are skeptical of the
Did they kill Watkins?
confession.
Or they've been smoking some?
If they did it in their dreams.
Thing.
Nonetheless, they do make an effort to go investigate. And he's alive.
Killing you.
Know all about it.
I got the money here that they said they took from you.
Come on up. I heard you coming from a long way off. I got you some cold beer. I got a little love tap. I bet they got the scare of their lives.
I can't understand it. First this haunted island bull, murder that doesn't happen.
Get a meeting.
He tells them about Damballa.
I see you have your medal back.
Well, then Damballa pulls out the voodoo tricks. She's got dolls of all three of the killers.
How come you think of her so much, eh?
So Damballa does some sort of other dancing naked ritual, and she somehow convinces the three killers to come to the island again because there's some sort of buried treasure there. And it works. Here they come. As she turns into a snake and swims nearby, sure enough, they find a treasure chest. Time to lug it to the boat. Don't trip.
I commit you to your destiny.
That makes them fall off the boat and drown. I have no idea what's happening here now, but Damballa has friends. And there's Ted. But he's fulfilled his destiny somehow. That's our film.
Didn't find a single thing, living or dead.
You know, I'm beginning to believe it.
All right, let's talk about this movie, Crypt of Dark Secrets, by Jack Weiss. It's on this double feature called The Big Sleazy. But Jack Weiss also directed the other movie on here, Death Brings Roses, which I reviewed recently. And he also did Mardi Gras Massacre and a movie I have called Quadroon as well. What we have here was filmed in the Louisiana swamp somewhere where all of his movies were filmed, New Orleans, that area. We have a guy who has returned from Vietnam. He buys a shack in the woods somewhere out in a swamp on an island, and he's in the bank and he's trying to get a loan or something. I don't know. And actually he's talking to the banker there, and another guy who's talking to a different banker overhears him saying that he doesn't keep a lot of money in the bank. He keeps money in a bread box in his house. The banker's kind of worried about him, but obviously he's not overly worried because there's a guy behind him who's listening to all this, and he's a criminal-minded guy. And he decides when he gets turned down for a loan himself, he gets his buddy, and I don't know if it's a wife or girlfriend or who it is, but they decide they're going to rob this guy and take his money and kill him if they have to. So that's what they do. They go to the island and they kill this guy, and they take his money. They knock him into the water. Now, all around while this is happening, there's this woman in the woods named Damballa. She's some sort of witch, and she can also turn herself into a snake. We see the snake quite a bit. It goes around in the water, rides on the water and such. And this woman, Damballa, has been this way for, I don't know, hundreds of years or something like that. She resurrects the body. She also likes to dance around naked in these weird rituals and things. But she has a ritual, and she brings Ted back. Ted, was that his name? It may have been Ted. I don't remember. Anyway, he brings the guy back to life. Ted Watkins, yeah, I think that was his name. Brings him back to life. And then they decide, to get revenge on the three. Now, the guys admit that they killed the guy. They turn themselves into the sheriff, who doesn't believe them. Sheriff goes out there and he finds the guy alive, and he's like, "No, it was just a tap on the head. I'm okay." And then I'm not exactly sure how it came to be, but somehow Damballa was somehow able to get the three perpetrators to go to this other island and dig up a treasure chest. Yeah, I don't know what was going on here. They get onto a boat, and then when they're on the boat with this treasure chest, she takes these voodoo dolls of them and dumps them in the water and says, now it's time to fulfill your destiny or whatever. They all fall off the boat into the water and drown. That's basically how our movie ends. There was also a little scene there in the end where something about, again, fulfilling your destiny. Damballa and this guy, are they becoming a couple of some sort? I don't know. Then he was burning like on this funeral pyre or something, but then he was alive again, kissing her at the end. I don't know what was going on there, to be honest with you. But the bad guys were gone. The good guys and Damballa, I guess, were dead and still alive. I don't know. But that's how our movie ended. Quite a film. Only 71 minutes long, and that's about as long as it needed to be. I enjoyed this a little more than Death Brings Roses, probably because it was 20 minutes shorter, to be honest with you. A lot of nudity in this, and it's all by that main character, Damballa, played by an actress named Maureen Ridley, who did a couple of things. I guess she was an extra in Death Brings Roses, too. There's actually an interview with her on this. They have a 17-minute interview with her on this disc as a bonus feature. She's an old lady now, but she talks a little bit about, I watched some of it, I didn't watch all of it, but other than that, I don't know if anybody else who's done this movie, director, actors, I don't know who these people are, to be honest with you. But the movie itself, it wasn't bad. The acting wasn't great. The cinematography was actually pretty good. I liked some of the scenes. You really get a feel of the Louisiana swamps, to be honest with you there. And it looked good. The picture quality is just out of this world. I don't know where Severin dug these things up, but they look beautiful. So good job to you, Severin, with that. So anyway, that is The Big Sleazy. I don't know exactly why I have this disc. I only picked it up a few weeks ago. I think I somehow came across one of these two movies. It may have been Crypt of Dark Secrets, and I was like, what is that movie? Maybe it was the other one, because that one came out in 1982, I think. The one I just watched, Crypt of Dark Secrets, came out in 76, I think. 75 or 76, I think. But I think, wow, there's a horror movie that I hadn't seen. Maybe it was the 80s one that I was thinking about that. So I looked it up just on a whim to see if it was available, and I found this double disc, this Blu-ray here, which probably hasn't been out for too many years, but here it is. It's called The Big Sleazy, and Severin put it out. So there you go. Again, not a bad little double feature here. Not great films, but nice little relics to have, in my opinion. So there it is. I will leave a link to this disc down below if you want to get it, and yeah, check it out. I'm curious if anybody else has seen either of these films besides me. It's Crypt of Dark Secrets. Check it out. Leave some comments. Watch it. Bye.